11 videos, 6 subscribers, £0 of income. Those are my numbers after 6 months of publishing videos to a YouTube channel. They're not the type of numbers I was hoping for when I launched the channel 6 months ago, and I guess they aren't the kind of numbers you was expecting me to talk about today, but they're the reality. They are the numbers that I actually got. So it's time for a rethink, time for a review, time to work out what I'm doing wrong and how I can fix things going forward. So in this video, I'll go through what I've learned from this review, what those numbers actually taught me, and the biggest lesson I've actually taken, which is going to fundamentally change my approach going forward. It's the type of honest, warts and all video I wished I'd seen 6 months ago. It certainly would have helped me to set and manage my expectations for the channel. In case you haven't met before, my name's Gary Booth. I retired last year at the end of June, that was 2025, age 62. After about 44 years working in IT and business change for lots of large companies like banks, insurance companies, online retailers. And I decided about 6 months ago now that I wanted to build a simple online business in retirement. Something that would give me structure and purpose, something meaningful to get up for in the morning. Eventually, I hope to generate an income from this business, but that wasn't the main reason for starting it. It was to put back some of the structure and routine that I'd had for 44 years during my working career. This channel, Retirement Reimagined, is where I'm documenting that journey. All the good bits, all the bad bits, everything in between. I'm hoping there'll be a lot more good bits than bad bits, but let's wait and see. Before I actually dive into my results, I just want to take a minute to quickly explain the approach I've taken, because that'll provide some useful context to better understand the results. Now, what I didn't want to do at the outset was to start selling products. As I've already said, income isn't my top priority, but more importantly than that, what products could I sell? I don't know the audience for this channel. I don't know what problems you're struggling with. So it'd be a shot in the dark. I didn't want to start there. So what I decided to do was adopt an audience first strategy, which in simple terms consists of 3 steps. So step 1, build an audience. So in my case, an audience of people who've retired or are approaching retirement and who are interested in building a simple online business. Step 2 is to understand the problems that they are really struggling with. And then step 3 is to either create products of my own to solve those problems, or to recommend affiliate products that I've personally used to solve the same problems myself. Sounds very straightforward. And I suppose in theory it is. The execution, however, is a bit of a different story. So, as promised, here are my actual numbers. The channel's been up and running for 6 months. In that time, I published 11 videos. I've got the grand total of 6 subscribers and 256 views across all of those videos. Fantastic, I know. Also, I've earned 0 income. But that's not a surprise, that's what I expected. As I've just explained, I've adopted an audience first strategy. So I haven't actually released any products as yet, and I'm not recommending any products. So 0 income, not a surprise. One thing I'm proud of though, and one positive thing to come out of these first 6 months, is I've actually created my first freebie product. So it's something I use as a lead magnet. It's called the YouTube publishing system. And basically it's my process for creating videos. So it's everything from planning the video, to filming the video, to editing the video, to uploading the video to YouTube. It consists of a step-by-step guide and 3 AI prompts. Basically, it's a system I use every time I create a video, but I've packaged it up so that anybody can use it. So I'm really proud of that. I'm happy with it, and I've got a repeatable process I can use every time I create a video. So that's the one real positive thing that's come out of these first 6 months of having a channel. The numbers though, the lack of views and subscribers, that's a hard part to take. I know that my content is decent. I know it will genuinely help people. So the fact that nobody's watching it, that's really frustrating. And for a long time, I couldn't understand why no one was watching it. Then, fairly recently, I had a bit of a light bulb moment. I realised I'd been creating content that I thought my audience wanted. So I've created videos on setting up a new YouTube channel, planning a YouTube video, scripting a video, filming a video, editing a video, etc. All useful stuff, I thought. But it was based on an assumption. It was based on an assumption that my target audience of retirees who are interested in building a simple online business are actually looking for that content. The reality is they aren't. So I did a bit of research, and what I found was that the terms I was using, terms like online business in retirement and solopreneur, they get virtually 0 YouTube searches a month. So no one's looking for that content. But terms like retirement side hustle, that gets 5,000 searches a month. Retirement income ideas, that gets 14,000 searches a month on YouTube. And make money in retirement, that's another 3,000 searches a month. So it demonstrates that my audience is out there, they're just not finding my content. The reason being that I'm using my language instead of their language. So the big lesson I've learned is that I need to create content that there's proven demand for, instead of creating content that I think my audience wants. Now, when I say it out loud, it sounds very obvious, and it probably is. But trust me, when you head down in content creation mode, it's easy to miss. And I should know, because I missed it for 6 months. So, what am I going to do about it? Well, this video is step 1. I'm changing tack to create content that my audience actually wants, rather than content that I think they want. So I'm going to focus on topics where there's proven search demand on YouTube. And I'm going to lean into the personal story format. So documenting my journey, sharing real numbers. I won't sugarcoat anything. I'll include everything, warts and all. What I don't need to do though is to start from scratch. I've got a good foundation in place. I've got solid processes and systems. And I actually enjoy the video creation process. That's all good. All I need to do is redirect it to where my audience actually is, rather than where I think they are. So if you're at the start of your retirement business journey, or you're sitting there thinking, this is something I could do, I think you'll find the content that I post to this channel over coming months will become more and more useful for you. So if that's the case, if that sounds interesting, why not subscribe to the channel? I'm sure you'll be glad you did. So there you go. That's an honest review of the first 6 months building my retirement side hustle. Now, I wouldn't typically use the phrase side hustle, but I know my audience uses that phrase, which is why I have. Anyway, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'm happy to help if I can. Or if you'd just like to tell me what stage you're at, drop that in the comments as well. I'd love to hear where you're up to. So until the next time, take it easy.